Hello and welcome to Goldwing's Black Skies. This is Tachyon Squadron. I am your GM, Acer. Around the table we have Megan.
Hey everyone, this is Megan. I'm playing Commander Micah Drexler.
Rob.
Hello, I'm Rob. I'm playing Lucette Zombie Forrester.
John.
Hi, I'm John, and I'm playing Mahal Mahai.
And Mike.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and I'm playing Barry Catfish Namazuko.
So last time, the pilots of the now somewhat reduced Strange Squadron discovered that at least one of them, possibly more, would be taking the fall for the debacle that was your last mission in the Callisto system. This was particularly onerous since the one success of your mission has been classified most secret and will not be known to anyone for the foreseeable future. They had gone so far as to suggest that if you were found responsible for the actions of, well, I guess for your actions under orders, they might turn you over to the Dominion for justice. That was not such a great prospect.
No, I don't want that.
Since you were going to be railroaded, it seems very fortuitous then that one of Micah's old friends turned up to offer you a ride off the station and out of the Dracona system.
I have a foreboding question.
Yes.
What is the public reporting on the inciting incident?
The public reporting is rather confused.
Big same.
Mood.
There are several stories that suggest a conspiracy among DVG pilots led to an unsanctioned attack on a gas extraction facility, leading to the deaths of thousands. There's also a fairly vocal narrative that is sort of counter-programming that it was probably pirates or separatists in the Callisto system that were trying to impede efforts by the Dominion military to track them as they moved through the frontier, because there are also several reports of other armed merchant ships, some of them traveling with fighters, operating in the Beta Atria system. Weird. That doesn't sound familiar at all. But the farther you travel from Draconis, the more disjointed and unclear the story becomes, to the point where within the Republic proper, no one believes any of the stories that are remotely true, and people kind of just trying, people are pretty much trying to ignore it. Denial is an incredibly powerful draw.
Kind of a not my circus, not my monkeys kind of mentality of, well, that doesn't matter to us right now, so meh. Just pushing it mentally out of the way.
There were some limited mobilizations along the frontier, but those have quietly been recalled. You are now several systems away from Draconis, which means, luckily, you are probably out of reach of their law enforcement capabilities. The ambiguous nature of the DVG and its relationship to the Republic are ensuring that any attempts to obtain custody of you are meeting with bureaucratic pushback.
So how's Callie taking this?
She is really, really upset at the stories about you. None of them have mentioned any of you by name, but there have been a lot of stories that, if you read between the lines, former Republic officer, wounded in the line of duty during the Galactic War, blind.
Wow, there's not a lot of blind pilots in the DVG.
Yeah, it suddenly got really, really narrow, the possible suspects. So it's rather vexing to her. When you arrive in the neighboring system, you do get to transfer to a more comfortable ship. In fact, it's more of a luxury transport. So you are not cheek by jowl anymore.
This is nice.
Yeah, Callie says, looking around. It's nice.
We're gonna get this sorted out, don't worry.
Where are we going?
I'm not 100% sure.
Can you trust her?
Hopefully. I don't want to lie. I'm pretty sure I can trust her. I don't think she'd screw me over unless she had a really good reason.
That's about all we can really hope for, right?
At the moment, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're not trying to sugarcoat it.
And you know that her and I used to
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Don't be jealous of her, I hope. Try
We
not
talked
to.
about you a lot while you were gone.
Shit. Sorry.
No. It was all right. I mean, we didn't do anything.
No, of course not.
But you were gone for a really long time. I didn't know if you were coming back.
I'm always going to try to come back.
You really did it this time, Val says, in the room across the hall.
What?
I'm pretty sure that's you they're talking about, she says. She will hand you a tablet that has a story about a pilot who went over the edge and started attaching horns to his face and shouting at anyone who looked at him funny.
I don't know. That doesn't really sound like me. I mean, the horns, sure, but I didn't shout at people. I mean, if I had horns on my face and I shouted at people for looking at me funny, that would be pretty hypocritical, don't you think?
No, I do recall you saying that you yelled at people and gave them the finger as you left the room.
Yeah, but that wasn't for them looking at me funny. That was because they were being fucking assholes. That were trying to pin all of the blame on Micah and the rest of us.
Well, it still doesn't look good for you.
Yeah, I mean, luckily the horns are removable. So, like, he makes a noise with his mouth and pops them off and then swaps out LED lamps to show that, hey, and look, since I can just take these off, but there's still the subdermal magnets, I can actually have these functional for something. So I and be like a nightlight or something.
Wow, maybe with lights you might be able to find your way around down there.
Oh! Barry goes up for a high five.
All right. So I imagine Mahau and Lucette are having a bit tougher time. You don't have anyone to share the weight of this situation with.
Yeah.
So you do have that message, Lucette. Where and when?
Where and when? And Lucette is still just figuring out where and when is now. Like, she doesn't, because she basically came to on the ship off the station and hasn't really, like, had opportunity to question what's going on beyond who the hell is this, where the hell are we going.
Next thing you know, you're being bundled onto another ship.
Yeah. So the discretion has not been a luxury she's been afforded up till now. So I think maybe she'd go. I think she'd start with Mahau. She'd go and seek out Mahau wherever, probably at whatever room he's been bunked away at.
All right.
And boop his doorbell. Boo-doo.
I will open the door and see Lucette.
Have you been doing pull-ups on the door frame?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yes, I have just got finished doing pull-ups, so I am slightly sweaty without any shirt on.
Be still my heart.
I forgot. We had fan service.
It's important.
Fan service, Rob service. There we go.
So wipe my brow with the towel and I place it around my neck. Lucette.
Hey, Mahau. Can I come in and talk for a minute?
Of course. I step back and offer her.
And she'll kind of swiftly move further into the room. And so, shit's really fucked up, right?
Yes.
Things with the DVG, pretty well pooched. I think we can call that definitive.
Yes, I'm pretty sure that this whole thing's gonna turn into a big mess. But we couldn't let Micah be the one who is punished for the actions of leadership.
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't bear all the blame here. She says, kind of looking down for a minute. So, Draconis is out. Who the hell is this woman we're working with?
So as I'm talking, I'm also like slowly moving towards a desk to push some papers that were on top of the desk into a drawer. I believe she is a former partner of Micah's. She seems devious.
Roll sneak.
Micah's.
Roll sneak for that.
Sneak? What for?
Shall I notice against this?
Yes.
Oh, you're in trouble now, my legendary notice.
Oh,
If the sneak roll is bad enough, I vote that he says "Doot, doot, 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 doot," as he walks over.
I have a 1.
Oh, that's average.
Yep,
Let's
I rolled
see.
0. So.
The average person doesn't go "Doot, doot, 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 doot" when they sneak, so
Let's see. That is less than a 1.
Damn.
Yeah, I rolled -2, and I only have a plus. I have a +1 in notice now.
oh no, so Lucettes the one that's going "Doot, doot, 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 doot."
She's. I think it's while she's having her like head down reflective moment on the thousands of civilians she blew up. It's probably when Mahau pushed the papers under the desk because it's her eyes were off him for a minute.
And then abs.
And then abs. I mean, she is easily distracted. Her discipline's very low.
Well, so yes, so I don't believe we can trust her, but she at least seems to have some sort of affection for our squad leader. So that is what I believe got us our goodwill.
Have they talked about like what the way forward is here? Because I don't see us like getting out of this, right?
Yeah.
Because the Draconis is against us. The hell of the Dominion is going to work with us, and who knows what the Republic thinks of all this. We're kind of folk without a country right now.
Well, if they don't find us, they'll simply look for another scapegoat. We won't be hunted forever.
Well, not hunted, but no going home again, right? I mean,
I can go home.
well, yeah, I guess maybe maybe your folk will taking some strays.
Yeah. Well, I can't abandon Micah, but if it comes to that, I struggle really hard to say the words. Like I can vouch for all of you.
I don't know if I'd make much of a Shinsumizu, but
They'd make first-class garbage scow pilots. All right.
I mean, Barry has been trying to become a good Shensu Mizu candidate, just as an emergency backup plan.
In all of your compartments, you hear the chime of the ship's intercom, and Decker will, in a very chipper tone, announce that soup's on. If anyone is not famished, she will keep the food warm for you. but there's also a mission briefing, so you probably want to be there for that.
Yeah. The camera pans over to Barry and Val hurriedly putting clothes back on and racing each other to the ship's mess.
She's going to reach over and turn the lights off on your face.
Yep. Good call.
Yeah, I'll tell Lisette. I'll like maybe put a hand on her shoulder. If you ever need to talk, I am of course always here. But seems to be time to eat. I will catch up with you.
Thanks, Mahau. Yeah, I guess they wouldn't poison us yet. I'll see you in the mess.
Yes. The woman didn't seem like a poisoner. She'd probably sell us. I'll see.
Well, that's reassuring, I guess.
Yeah.
Mahai, Squadron Optimist.
So, and then I like wait, I'll see her out, and then I go and like take these papers and put them somewhere safe, and then head towards the mess.
I will be making a much more stately pace towards the food area, with Callie guiding me to sort of drive home the point that I'm with Callie now, and that's important for everyone to know.
Why am I imagining you walking around the place arm in arm, and you're doing like that princess, that
Elbow,
wave,
wrist.
Yeah.
that like twisty hand wave. As you're past.
Yep, doing that as Val shoves Barry in the face backwards so she can get the lead.
Like, we're trying to prove different points right now. But yeah, Callie and I are it's not really arm in arm because she's more guiding me, but it's pretty close.
Then Lucette trudging up from behind.
All right. The ship's mess is fairly luxurious. It's a very intimate space. It's wood paneled, but you can't avoid the fact that you are on a spaceship. Everything has fittings to allow for people to strap in under acceleration, and there are places on the table to anchor food and drinks. And as you filter in, Decker is setting the table.
Isn't there supposed to be a fancy staff that comes with the ship to do that?
Only if you wait for the fancy staff to get out of bed and get aboard. We kind of took the ship without waiting for anyone to go through the niceties.
Unsurprising.
They'll get it back.
I'm not disagreeing. It's a nice ship.
So we are making one more hop, and then we're going to rendezvous with some friends. And then we're going to circle back. But I figured we'd want to talk over what the plan is.
Yeah, I was kind of curious about that myself.
So it seems that you have a lot of friends, or you've just happened to inspire some people. Callisto is up in arms. I mean, like, literally up in arms.
in support of us?
I wouldn't say in support of you, but definitely in opposition to the Dominion. They could go the same way as Draconis.
Well, that'd be embarrassing for the Dominion.
It would be. And that is why Draconis isn't going anywhere near the situation. That's one reason why they're so eager to play the cooperative neighbor.
Oh, now that they got theirs, they're trying to appease the big bully to make sure that they can stay with theirs instead of giving other people a hand up.
Exactly. Some trade concessions, maybe a mutual defense agreement. Who knows what's possible when the Dominion's facing more of a crisis of future separatists thinking that there's a future in declaring independence.
And let me guess, the Republic would love to see all this tragedy befall the Dominion.
The Republic doesn't have an opinion one way or the other. The Republic wishes only peaceful commerce between the different descendants of those who came before on this magical friendship express of a colonial effort. Yada, yada, yada.
I roll my eyes at that.
No one's recording you in here.
Yeah, well, the Republic High Command is scared shitless. They're afraid that the Dominion is going to actively suppress these rebels, and that will get their populace all riled up about reclaiming past glories. They'll steamroller Draconis, and next thing you know, they're in all of the border systems.
Hold up a second here. Let's rewind to who the fuck are you?
Oh wait, you were unconscious, weren't you? Marina Decker.
No.
Intelligence.
All right, so we're working for the Republic now. Well, in the same, we'll leave you to die sort of sense.
Yes. I'm glad I'm glad we're on the same page.
I pick up quick.
Great.
Yeah, I mean, at least she's open about it.
One thing she hasn't been open about is what exactly do you want with us?
Well, one problem that the rebels on Callisto have is that they have practically no fighter support. Luckily for...
Not sure I'm interested in being someone else's scapegoat in a couple months.
Pays really well.
Or pilots will hardly make a difference.
Oh.
And
ye of little faith.
And I've already gone through one wave of facial mods. I mean, and it didn't really help things too much. If I don't know if everyone else getting them also to look like different people, so they don't realize, hey, these are the people that are on the hunt if we, get captured, or if they see us on gun cams or what have you. That could be a bad bit of OPSEC right there.
Yes, well, I'm hoping it wouldn't come to that. And here's one reason why. And she will turn on a projector and show you a rotating form. So while you were busy capturing those shuttles and those strike ships, somebody else got a hold of another piece of interesting Dominion tech.
Is that why I found Republic shells on the ship?
Wait, you what?
I just wave off like it's not important.
Lucette doesn't say anything, but she is side-eyeing Micah fiercely.
You what?
I told you, I thought I told her.
I don't think so. You told how?
No, we hadn't. I guess it's out in the open now.
Yes. This is why I was calling her in the first place, so I will just bring it up now.
Well, that's awkward.
Friends of yours?
Not one of ours.
It was definitely a Republic make.
How easy is it for someone to jack a Republic like ammo depot?
Not that hard. I mean, you can buy a lot of this stuff surplus, but this looks like it's brand new.
Could pick a lot of that off a corpse as well.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Barry
I'm
starts
sure.
slapping the bridge of his nose a bit, like. And I seem to recall an arms dealer being very angry at us recently, like at the climax of season 1. Barry is making the cold shot of it being Freeman supplying these guys.
You make a lot of people angry, don't you?
Call it a gift?
I wouldn't.
I mean, I make the wrong kind of people angry, which should make the right kind of people happy, right? Just point me in the direction of whoever you want their day to be ruined, and hey, bingo bango.
That's what I had in mind.
Concerns about people we've run into in the past aside, I don't think this is someone getting their hands on Republic tech. I think I think soldiers of the Republic were there. And I want to know why.
I have no reason to doubt you. In fact, I think I might know who these people might be. But they're not my people. There's a unit that, let's say, specializes in covert acquisition. Sounds like their kind of deal, but usually they're not so stupid.
Maybe they were in a rush.
Maybe.
They usually leave a bunch of stupid booby traps behind.
No, they just blow the ship up.
They did that too.
Yeah, that happened too.
They just waited till someone was on it first.
Yeah. Maybe nobody's noticed that they've left booby traps behind because they blow the ship up before anyone's actually gotten there, and we were just unlucky enough to actually get there in the interstitial phase.
Why bother with booby traps if you're just going to blow it up?
If this is a covert ops team that's extremely, extremely paranoid, I mean, why not?
Time?
Let's forget the why and get to what does this mean.
This is that we have competition, but it doesn't change the fact that I think we need to contribute to the efforts on the ground on Callisto, or else the situation is going to get far more complicated.
Well, let's stop for a second here. they're not your people, but they're still Republic people, which is so up the chain. It's the same people.
Not really. There's
This is one of those factions working together for a common cause dealy, isn't it?
it's sort of more like working in parallel. And we might be working across purposes, but the fact of the matter is that they are encroaching on my turf, and I don't like that. I'll find them, and I'll be sure to tell you who they are and where you can find them.
Stellar.
So we can clean up your mess.
It's not my mess.
Seems like your mess.
This is why moving in together was a mistake.
Barry just kind of face palms a bit and goes, Micah, you didn't let us know that you worked with someone that was basically the Republic equivalent of Freeman.
She's not the Republican equivalent of Freeman, and
Well,
I didn't really work with her. I dated her.
Are we here to make our plans of action? Are we here to act out a drama?
It's like we're here to do both.
Yeah, I'm just saying for the record, Micah, that I joined the Draconis resistance group to try to, get out of the whole organized crime business, and she's certainly talking like a mob boss. So, I mean, you can call it whatever you want, but spade is a spade.
Yeah, Barry, I think whatever our plans were getting into DVG are pretty fucked now. So I think it's time for new plans. My plan was to protect my home, but I guess I can't do much about that right now. So here we are. Now who we gotta kill?
So, how exactly does this clear our name?
Clear your name, probably not going to happen. Get you a pardon for things you didn't do. That I can probably arrange.
Pardon for the DVG or pardon back home in the Republic, at least my home.
The Republic, I can pretty much guarantee you. The DVG, if you can turn this whole situation around, I can get you that too. Let's say I have a few favors I can call in.
What about a pardon for the things we did do?
Oh, right. Yeah. Well, yeah, I think I might be able to swing that. If not, I can get you a first-rate new identity.
Super.
So, does everyone want to hear about the really neat ship I found or not?
Kelly, maybe you should go.
Oh, that reminds me. Callie and Val, I have arranged for you to... Well, no, that actually won't work, she says, because none of you trust me. She will just reach into her pocket and produce stacks and stacks of credit coins. This should be enough to let you lay low for a while, she'll say, and shove the stacks toward Callie and Val.
Val will shrug, take them, and say, hell, I thought that you were getting me in on this also. Oh, well.
Hey, somebody's going to need to be around to avenge your death.
Yeah, and, yeah. I guess I probably should have mentioned earlier. Val, is it okay? Yeah, sure. Yeah, Val was a hit woman for Freeman for a while. So she knows her way around combat and stuff. So, I mean, Callie, you have a good bodyguard there.
I kind of wanted to stick around. How red is Micah turning?
Callie wants to stick around.
Yes.
This isn't really your area of expertise. I don't want to put you in more danger.
I'm willing to bet I'm the best astrogator you've got.
Well, that's true. It's just
And you're going to need someone to help you with your electronics. You're going to need someone to help you with your avionics.
yes. I'm sure I can figure out if you're not here though. You don't need to stay here because you're worried about me.
I don't need to go. I want to go.
This isn't because you're worried about Mary, is it?
No.
Okay. Well, if you want to stay, I don't want to send you away. I want you to be safe. And I already screwed that up by moving you out to the DVG, so.
You'll keep me safe. I know it.
Yeah, we're real good at that.
You're not helping your case here, Marina says. All right, so now that we've settled that, I guess it'd be petty for me to ask for the money back. Oh, what?
Had to leave all of our belongings behind.
She'll
Val's pockets are conspicuously bulging.
she'll reach under the table and give you all spending money. Okay, well, I was going to give that to you later anyway, so you might as well have it now. So now, can I talk about the super awesome ship I found you?
Go ahead.
So, this apparently was their solution to our fighters being better than theirs. And she will turn on she will focus the projector and show you a very large fighter. It's more along the lines of a bomber or a light corvette. And on its ventral and dorsal hulls, it looks like it has several large payload bays, and the whole thing looks like it has the stealthy characteristics of a lot of the new Dominion ships you've been seeing. But as it sort of turns in the three-dimensional view, the payload doors open and the ship disgorges several smaller ships.
Is it some kind of bomber that carries? Are those drones?
Penny for the smart lady.
I've always been a quick study, I guess.
So, this ship is called the Gladiator, and these drones are Gladius drones. They're multifunction, short-ranged, and can provide an added boost to electronic warfare, shielding, or just raw firepower. The system is a little on the temperamental side and far too expensive for them to have deployed in any real numbers. So they decided to shelve the idea until they could rebuild their industrial base somewhat. Unfortunately for them, some of the production samples may have walked off the assembly line.
Did you name it the Gladiator?
No, that's the designation it has been given by the people at the View ships. Incidentally, the ships that you discovered have been designated the Ghoul and the Gremlin.
They really like their G names, don't they?
How exactly does people who are incapable of fielding a decent fighter are suddenly capable of something like this?
You had to ask, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I just assumed that it was their devs switching from quantity over quality over to a quality over quantity idea, but
The goblin is a waste of metal and plastics.
To be fair, the Goblin is a decent fighter. The Gator is the one that you wouldn't want to be caught dead in, which is probably what would happen if you were in one.
R.I.P. Toad.
You may have noticed something like this, she says, taking out an equipment case and flipping it open so she can spin it around dramatically. And you see several inspection plates that look like what Mahau spotted on the Gremlin.
Micah will sort of impatiently tap her cane on the floor.
Uh-huh. Okay. Show and tell time, I guess, is over.
Well, if you could tell, that would be helpful.
There is an, as yet, unconfirmed rumor, which I am guessing is actually very much the case, that one of our design teams may have defected to the Dominion.
Well, that's got to be embarrassing.
Defected or abducted?
Defected.
All right.
The entire team?
Yes.
I don't suppose the group that we've collected before we left were actually Republic.
No.
So a group of Draconis engineers defected to the Republic, but clearly that was the short end of the deal. So do we need to eliminate these scientists?
If you could manage it. I'm guessing they're probably deep within the Dominion by now. But if some of their toys keep showing up to hassle the Dominion, then maybe their usefulness will come to a premature end.
Sounds good to me.
What do you think there, Mai Tai?
Say we capture this ship, we then have to give it back to the people who are hunting us, and we're hoping that giving them this ship will get our pardon.
Oh, no. We have the ship.
Oh. So we're simply, what, then?
Well, I know who has the ship, and we're borrowing it.
And they're going to go on a joyride?
Yeah.
I'll come back to my question of who are we supposed to kill with it?
The Dominion fleet.
The whole fleet?
Not the whole fleet, but, components thereof.
And do the Dominion know that this has gone missing yet?
No.
Well, they're in for a hell of a surprise.
Yeah, that'll make it a lot more interesting.
Barry gets a text message. The text message just reads, Gladius also means penis. This ship is full of dicks.
So,
Penis is an unallowed word.
Oh.
So
I'm
before we
going to have
go
to
on
make
this
it real
joyride,
quickly.
are we stealing it? Or are we borrowing it in that we're literally borrowing it?
We are appropriating it without prior permission.
We're stealing it.
There might be guards. Could we do our best not to seriously injure any of them, please?
Sure.
I just sit there silently.
Depends on what you consider serious.
They'd be breathing and have all of their limbs attached.
Are holes allowed?
Yeah.
Okay. Kneecaps don't count as a limb.
Lucette will
That
take
would be a
her.
lot more fitting if Barry scurried out of the room after that, but he doesn't.
Lucette takes her blaster out and looks like, does this thing even have a stun setting? Like,
No.
She's like, I never looked for one before. It's never a thing.
Never
No,
come
there's
up
kill
before.
and then really kill.
Just don't double tap. They don't die if you don't double tap.
No, they just pitch over dramatically over like a crate or a barrel or something.
Like Gears of War, someone will eventually come up to them and give them a hug, and they'll get their life back.
Yeah, or that magic Call of Duty defibrillator.
Yep, or the Far Cry method of jabbing a random needle into your arm and then wrapping a single arm with a bandage, and then suddenly you're okay.
Yep.
I think Battlefield has the best one. If you're not the medic and revive somebody, you just grab their hand and pat them on the shoulder a few times, and they just get up.
There.
Hey, buddy, wake up. It's okay. Come on.
There. Okay, so your very comfy transport comes alongside of a modern-looking but very utilitarian freighter. For each of you, this is unsettlingly like the Armstrong. It is smaller, though.
I mean, technically, the Armstrong's a lot smaller now.
Well,
Or is it
bigger.
infinitely large? Yeah.
yeah. It covers a significantly greater volume,
True.
significantly lower density.
Hmm.
They will extend a boarding tube, and you can go across. This ship is the Hephaestus.
Where's the next place we're putting into port? She'll ask, literally, just anyone she thinks has an idea of where the hell they're going.
We're going to Rainier Colony. Why, you need something special? You need something special?
Just trying to figure out the itinerary is all.
Well, we're going to go to Rainier, pick up a few things, then steal a couple of experimental spaceships, and then boost out toward Callisto.
How long we plan on being in Rainier for?
About a day. Well, in orbit of Rainier itself. The trip in and out of system will take a couple of days.
All right. That'll do.
Oh, wait. There's something I need to tell you. Probably in private.
Okay. She'll kind of look around and just kind of awkwardly meander down a passageway to try finding something that looks like some facsimile of privacy.
A supply closet.
Good old standby. Closet conversations. Haven't been in one of these for a while.
You know this girl? And she will show you a picture of Ronnie.
Yeah. Yeah, we're acquainted.
She's going to push a button on her tablet, and the video will start to play of Ronnie declaring the Callisto system to be the graveyard of any Dominion dog who's stupid enough to set foot within its mass shadow.
Oh. That is a statement. I mean, I can't say it's a statement I disagree with. Is she part of whatever is going on in this system, or is this a separate clusterfuck?
No, it's all part of the same clusterfuck. She's declared vengeance for them having killed someone she loves or something like that. And I thought this might have been pertinent to you because you tried to send a message to her.
I did indeed. Apparently, I am not as sneaky as I thought.
No. So, you wouldn't happen to know this lady, would you?
She will hold up her communicator with the where and when message on it, like just showing the text.
Okay.
Yeah, we're acquainted. Very acquainted.
Like, she makes motions. Acquainted?
Thoroughly acquainted.
Okay. Well,
Very thoroughly acquainted.
I get the idea.
Intimately wrinkling.
Get sort of like a faraway look in your eyes. Oh, excuse me. Where were we? But Okay, well, that doesn't complicate things at all, she says, and just walks out. Oh, she will airdrop the video to you. In case you need that for later.
I mean, it's good to have. And Lucette will respond to Ronnie's message, and she's gonna try
Just a simple
decrypting.
yes, queen.
She's gonna try encrypting this again. Didn't work last time, but I mean, she's gonna keep trying to be sneaky because you should at least try.
Otherwise, the text will be embarrassed for you.
Yeah. And she will give probably something in the close vicinity of Rainier. Probably not like where she expects they'll actually be, but somewhere that she could get to meet her.
Okay.
Let's see how badly I roll. All right, that's not a great roll. So we're gonna do some stuff here. I'm gonna spend a fate point to re-roll that, and I'm gonna tag Birds of a Feather.
All right, you've got to beat a 3, incidentally.
Then yeah, that roll was not gonna cut it. Oh, but that 5 will.
Nice.
All right. You hide the message in the ship's standard comm traffic.
And in this case, it's less Lucette being worried about, like, people knowing her plan and more people using that to figure out where this ship is and, inadvertently, borking over this whole plan for this booty call.
Okay. All right. So
I just have a question on whether or not Lucette would let Barry know about the message.
Probably in the next quiet moment. I'm not sure what's going on, like how much time we have before things kick off, but
yeah, you've got a couple of days before you're going to perform Grand Theft Starship.
All right. So she'll campfire, everyone huddle in. I've got my own show and I have my own presentation today. And she will call people over to probably a random spot in a hallway because she has no sense of drama. and she'll just have everyone huddle around her phone. And there's apparently a video going about from a pirate in the Callista system, and she'll hit play and just hold up her comm unit and let everyone behold, or at least hear the ominous words.
Wow, that's really sweet, Zombie. I was starting to worry that I'd have to warn you off Mary, but it sounds like Ronnie's really sticking her neck out for you.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know if that's supposed to be her declaring blood vengeance for me or for you. But knowing Ronnie, probably for you.
I mean, like, it's super dark, but it's really sweet if you think about it. I knew she was good after all. So, but yeah, so this is also something going on ahead of us. Also, I guess I should mention...
We should be as stealthy as possible just to make the surprise for her extra, extra good.
So, I've already contacted her.
Okay, then. That may let the wind out of the sails of the whole blood feud thing, but...
But I did that back in Draconis and didn't know that she declared a blood feud for me.
Just to make sure, she declared a blood feud against Draconis?
Dominion.
The entire Dominion. Okay.
Anyone in any Dominion in Callista, I guess. Anyone?
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, it's real romantic, you know. I mean, no one's ever declared a blood feud for me before. I guess my being dead kind of takes the legs out of it, but
You can just pretend like it was another dead person and you can be her new lover.
I mean, I guess I didn't mention that Barry's not dead, so...
No, you should probably let her know that.
He didn't let her know that I was alive?
I mean, I had priorities.
Extremely dishonorable if she's won a blood feud for no reason. No matter how effective the results may be.
I apologize, my Tai. I shouldn't have made light of the situation.
I appreciate that.
So why are we all gathered in the hallway?
Just
We're discussing whether or not that hair color works for you. I'm going with...
I mean, it works for me.
Yeah, I tried neon blue for a bit, and it just... But it didn't really seem to mesh well with my eye color, so... Yeah, sticking with, like, strawberry blonde for now.
I will need to consider whether I like it or not. I'll take my leave.
You probably shouldn't ask me for hair opinions, and she'll run her hand over her like shaved head.
My tie is just trying to bail out of the situation.
Fair.
As they're starting to disperse, Lucette will grab Barry by the arm, like, also, I may have made a date.
Wait, like, we're going to meet her kind of thing? Or...
I think so. I mean, she wasn't real specific.
Okay, this could be either extremely good or extremely bad, depending on if she thinks that we've been captured or something.
Yeah, you figured I'd shoot from the hip on this one.
Well, Ronnie certainly does enough of that for both of you, so...
After this exchange and I get back to my room, I will type up a message to send to Lisette saying, I know I said that if you can always come to me to talk about anything, but we would probably need to establish some boundaries.
She would reply to that with a winky face emoji.
Which of you is trained in sneaking?
Not Micah.
I mean, I have a 1 in sneak, so technically trained, yes.
Barry as
Nope.
well has a single pip in sneak.
I debated taking sneak, and I was like, you know what? I feel like Luce has never snuck anywhere. Like, loud seems to be her MO, so we're just,
Embrace it.
yeah.
So Marina has secured a shuttle for you. And it doesn't seem like a stealthy infiltration is really in the cards. So who has good rapport?
I do.
I have rapport at +4.
Same here.
All right. So instead, you will probably be better served by bluffing your way onto the ship that's carrying the gladiators.
All right. What cover do we want to use?
Maintenance.
Yeah, that could work. Ooh. If as long as other people do the talking for the maintenance and feet, like Barry is. Oh wait, no, Barry has a +2 in technology now, so he can actually bluff for maintenance type stuff.
All right. So,
Ooh, and Barry can use the same kind of lingo and terminology that he had used with the ground crew for back at Draconis for like getting some extra juice into the system and or extra fun things to help out.
so are Mai Tai and Zombie just going to hang back and wait to pull guns and in case this goes bad?
I just assume that you need the entire maintenance crew. So if 2 people show up, it seems more suspicious than 4.
You just have large equipment cases.
Right. So we will be unloading the equipment as they are talking.
All right.
And plan B is Zombie can yell at people real good.
All right. So you're the person in the bank robbery who waves a gun around and shouts for everyone to get on the ground?
I mean, the backup plan is if they ask too many questions and things seem they're going bad, just be like, are you seriously slowing us down? And just yell at them so they don't want to ask more questions.
All right.
Someone hold me back.
Right.
After hearing this plan, I would like to work out the tactical approach to our escape after this inevitably goes poorly.
I mean,
All right.
There's 4 of us and 2 of them. We're not supposed to kill them, but they didn't say anything about maiming.
So the ship that is carrying the prototypes is off your starboard bow. Would anyone care to roll technology?
Sure. I'll do
Is
that.
this something that all of us can do?
A maximum of 2.
I'll roll it since I have a +3.
Have a +2 in technology. Anyone else? What? Anyone else got a better tech?
Not better than 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's somewhat disappointing. Net result of +3. Would I be able to? Oh wait, no. Never mind. I don't think I have any stunts that would be able to boost this.
To scan the ship and assess that from its energy signature, it is traveling very light. There are probably a few people on the bridge and a small security contingent quartered near the cargo bay. Like on the Armstrong, the cargo bay is meant for hauling bulk cargo, so it has very large loading hatches, which have been modified to launch and recover fighters. This ship seems to have been far more thoroughly refitted than the Armstrong was. And there really isn't a lore skill anymore, is there? So, do any of you have investigate?
I
Nope.
have it at +1.
Okay, give me an investigate roll, Micah.
Barry has it at +1 as well.
Okay.
There we go. That was much better than the tech roll. I got a +4. And that 6 if danger sense comes into play, or
I got-
in low places.
A +2.
Well, the danger sense will come into play. This ship is a purpose-built commerce raider.
Huh. So, privateer rather than a pirate.
Well, this is a Republic commerce raider.
Yeah, privateer.
No, as in an actual Navy commerce raider. Not a private, not under private ownership.
Oh, I was using privateer in the sense that it was a sanctioned pirate.
Yeah.
More than a private owner.
Yeah. A Navy ship that is interdicting merchant traffic is a commerce raider.
Oh, so kind of like a Coast Guard type dealie.
Like an aggressive Coast Guard.
Yeah. The kind that takes your stuff and burns your boat.
Yeah, well, that's what happens with people that are drug runners and smugglers sometimes. So
It's like a very aggressive Coast Guard.
Yeah.
Barry's probably dodged these guys a few times.
These ships don't... Actually, that's the thing, is that these are the sorts of ships that would be mothballed as soon as the war was over. So the fact that this one is in operation means either it is now a pirate, which doesn't make much sense, or it has been appropriated for intelligence work, which is probably more of what's happening.
Acer, question.
Yes.
Would there be like corporate equivalents of this model of ship?
Of the model of ship, yes. Of the exact configuration, no.
Would it be a close enough facsimile or enough similarity for Lucette to roll tactics to have to create like a hopefully a advantage pool to draw from?
You may do that.
That's what I was wanting to do earlier, but before I escape.
Well, if I roll really badly, you can... That is a 4.
All right. I will give you 2 free invokes.
Of brilliant plan.
A cunning plan.
Marina is going to launch the shuttle from the other side of the transport and then have it come around the stern and intercept the freighter from behind so that it looks like the shuttle has been racing to get past the transport to reach the freighter. And it's just been hidden by its shadow. So, you know from your evaluation of the deck plans and the energy signature that there are probably 2 guards on duty and another 6 that are bunked down.
Okay, so let's go over the plan again, just in case. We go in as as a emergency repair ground crew and knock out the guards as quickly and quietly as we can, and then incapacitate the other guards and then storm the bridge.
Dixie seems to approve.
Mahal, I got a question. Do you know, like, some really cool way to knock people out? Because I, like, just punch them in the face. I figured you'd, like, know a good way to do it.
Well, since he's not speaking up, Marina says, I have a case of stun grenades.
I was speaking up. I was waiting for him to finish. Like,
I actually would enjoy very much if Mao just goes yes and does an equivalent of the Vulcan neck pinch on Barry as Barry's not expecting it, and Barry just drops.
No, it'd be that chop you do to the back of the neck that's supposed to knock people unconscious instantly.
Oh, the James Bond judo chop, yeah.
Exactly. So
what was that cracking sound you heard? Nothing, don't worry. That's just him being knocked unconscious.
What?
With
Just a distraction. Nothing. Look, a distraction.
So can Mai Tai roll fight to teach us all how to judo chop people?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm learning how to play Fate now, guys.
I'll teach you the special technique that you will forget after this episode.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Subtitle, Barry will remember this. I mean, Barry's fight is 3 now. He's been learning.
This would be fight, right?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to tag Marshally Trained from birth.
Okay.
But sadly, I rolled super poorly. But, not great. So 3.
All right. 1 free invoke for everyone. Or for whoever uses it first, I guess. A silent takedown.
I just called it judo chop. Which is highly inaccurate since there's not any like chopping in judo.
What makes it funny?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm writing down silent takedown.
I just needed to say that before someone added us on Twitter about it.
Oh, silent but conspicuously not deadly.
More conspicuously makes the same sound.
All right. So the shuttle makes a casual approach. And you have the proper IFF codes so the ship doesn't shoot you down automatically.
It's an old code, but it checks out.
All of a sudden, all of your threat sensors go live and they shoot you down. As someone realizes they've just fallen into a trope script. Wait a minute. I've seen
Not
this
again.
before.
The
I
pilot
kind of
was
hope
listed
that
as Bob Star Wars.
I kind of hope that in the future IFF codes are compounded with image recognition stuff. So it's like, oh yeah, this is the cat picture that we're supposed to be getting, but squints. Like, wait a second, the pixels. This is a reproduction. This is not the lolcat we were expecting at all.
Okay, so I was thinking you were going to make a joke about how they're just all IFTTT scripts.
I've never actually heard it pronounced that way. I've only heard it called iftitata.
Go ahead and roll rapport, Micah.
All right.
Get to roll something this game.
I don't like it.
We were doing so well.
If Barry gets to roll rapport too, I got a 7.
I got tagging my aspect communication is key a 6.
Okay, well, they rolled a -5.
So, swing of a lot.
Well, I guess you just take care of what you need to take care of. And they're going to walk off and take the rest of the night off.
I mean, this sounds like really familiar security operations.
You sound like you belong here. Whatever. They'll even like rack their rifles and just knock off for the night.
I turn to face the others and go, are there any like badges that you can flash for like this is an intelligence op now, this like stand down bridge crew?
Marina is going to smile and hold up her case of stun grenades.
Yep. Great lockpick there. Okay. Well, off to the bridge, I guess. Like, it sounds like all of the guards are... I mean, if the guards are all going to be clustered in a convenient location, it'd be a shame not to take advantage of that with a stun grenade.
Yeah. She will open the door and roll 4 of them in there. And then close the door.
Barry turns to the side and gets his ears ready, like places his hands over his ears and opens his mouth to kind of absorb any shock that comes through the bulkhead, because that's a lot of shock grenades.
You just feel a tremor through the deck. Just like a low thrum for a second.
Soon as I would know it's clear, I would open the door and go in to try to take down whoever's still standing up.
They are all unconscious, bleeding from the eyes, ears, mouth, and nose.
Head and shoulders, knees and toes.
It's just a matter of flex cuffing them or slitting their throats, depending on how you want to do it.
Flex cuffing. We agreed not to kill
The
people.
quest
Yep. Plus,
had
I
an
mean,
optional for keeping them alive.
yep. Plus, zip ties make a great noise when you close them, so
Zoop.
All that bleeding, it still counts as like not majorly wounded, right?
They're fine.
Kill them. That was it.
Lucette,
I mean, she was the one that said not kill them, and she was the one that threw the grenades in. So I think we're in the clear.
threw the grenades in
Fair.
and closed the door.
Do they have anything of value on them?
Yeah,
Did money pop out?
they did. They did have money, and they did have their personal weapons. Lucette, you've worked with some of these people before.
Is it awkward?
Yeah, that isn't surprising, I think. Well, like, that's just a conspicuous number of them.
Like 5 of them. Of the
That
8.
feels conspicuous.
Oh no.
So what sort of weapons do they have?
We
on them?
we got Pete Best also, in addition to John Paul, George, and Ringo.
What was that, John?
What sort of weapons did they have?
Blaster carbines.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, nothing fancy.
Okay.
A lot of these folks are former PMCs. Like a half dozen of them.
They're all probably hired goons, Marina says. Some intelligence outfits recruit for quality, some recruit for lack of
Patheticness.
morals.
Well, these were definitely not worth the money. They don't even have a sidearm. It's like they were here waiting to be defeated.
Speaking of which, she says, reaching into one of their pockets and pulling out a key card. Shall we?
Let's go.
After you.
Passing through the core of the ship, you traverse a long catwalk, below which you can see several large, sort of dagger-shaped ships. These are the Gladiator attack bombers. There's also some goblins and a gorgon here too.
How many people does it take to man one of these gladiators?
Wait,
Uh,
and the gladiators each have a set of gladius drones, right?
Yes.
And
So-
so they were single person inside
So-
of it?
The Gladiator, it has a crew of 2, a pilot and an electronic warfare officer.
Okay, and that an electric warfare officer handles the drones.
Yes. So the pilot flies the ship and shoots its guns. The other officer is responsible for keeping the drones in flight. And what the drones basically do is they create a swarm for the Gladiator. So you know how the swarm rules work. They are free invokes of an aspect.
Okay.
So long as the EWO officer is doing something to create advantage, he's constantly refilling that swarm. And because they're free invokes, they can be used as liberally as you want.
Nice.
Spicy.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, so as far the one officer is just resupplying the drones, and the other person's flying it is going to be shooting and using those advantages.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my attempt at a specialized craft that isn't just moving some stats around.
It is a
something
creative use of a mechanic.
something that John mentioned in reference to one of the more annoying things about the non-choice you get in choosing different ships. All right. So, who wants to try to convince the bridge crew to not put up a fight?
Sure.
We should have brought like ice cream or something like, hey guys,
And-
free ice cream in the mess.
Yeah, spend a fate point on a reroll. All right, I got a 5. And I think I'll tag my last fate point for communication is key to convince them to let this go.
They rolled a 3, and you are heavily armed, and they are not. So they will put their hands up and say, "We don't want any trouble."
That's good. Neither do we.
So can we just get our things and take an escape pod?
Yes.
I don't see a reason why not. Just don't launch until we tell you you can.
Okay.
In fact, get into as many different escape pods as possible.
You're not going to want them?
No. No, we have other plans.
Okay. They hustle away.
That was the plan, right, guys? We don't need these escape pods for other stuff, right?
Well, I mean, the question was, are you going to take the whole ship?
Oh.
Because at this point, you can take the whole ship. It's entirely yours.
That wasn't part of the plan, but it looks like it is now.
I mean,
If
it
we
would be even more embarrassing if they lost the entire ship that had all of the special spacecraft on them, not just the ship gets robbed of them under their noses.
if it disappears mysteriously into a sun, then they don't know if the ships were destroyed or taken.
I don't believe our task here is to embarrass the Republic. It's to go on a joyride in Dominion space. Unless I've missed something.
Yeah, well, refresh my memory, Acer. Are these Republic people or Dominion?
These people are Republic, but it seems like there are no actual Republic Navy personnel aboard this ship. All contractors.
I mean, Marianne, this is your up. Do we take the entire ship or just what we came here for? I mean, operating the entire ship would be harder to sneak away with, probably, right?
Yeah, but hey, if we can't run it ourselves, we can always sell it.
She's a bit of a practical person when it comes to these things.
I think I might be able to find some friends to help crew it. Good people, you'll like them.
Yeah, I was all for setting it into a sun, but yep, we can schlep it along.
If we weren't doing this to make it so you could go home, like I would be truly offended by these actions.
We'll kill many, many, many Dominion pilots. It'll be all worth it. I promise.
I doubt that, but that seems to be what we'll do. Let's get this ship going.
I mean, killing Dominions, fun and all, but it's not. It's the means to the end. It's not really the end itself, is it?
Oh, not our end.
I like her outlook more, Marina says.
Well, I mean, let's do this thing, I guess. To the bridge.
Well, you're on the bridge.
Oh, I thought that we
just
gotten the the ship maintenance people out.
No, you convinced everybody to stand down. They will go to the escape pods and bail out.
Okay, I hope they they'll grab the knocked out guards also, so we won't have to deal with them later.
Yeah, if you shot that after them, they will pick those guys up too.
Okay, because that would be a horrible surprise as we get back in, like, some of them start waking up, like, hey, wait a second.
Yeah, we're taking them with us.
They're just, like, hanging out in the mess hall waiting for breakfast to be served.
New boss, same as the old boss.
Yeah, but we don't want to have to pay them.
Probably already been paid.
Yeah, you just say it was a shift change. So as you count your winnings from this ridiculous throw of the dice, you can shape course for Callisto and maybe a chance encounter along the way or two.
You encounter 3 bugbears. Random encounter table.
Space bugbears. Oh no. Barry sets about frigging around with the paint job on the outside to rechristen the ship to obfuscate where it came from. So we're now on the Republic ship Callista Flockhart.
You're struck by lightning. Space lightning.
Oh no, a nebula! Man, the ion storms are really bad this time of year. Yeah.
Yes, it's a really tough lightning, the kind that makes your skeleton visible for a second.
I put that in my notes now, though.
What is Mai Tai doing?
I mean, I'm probably going to be trying to familiarize myself with these new ships so that when we actually get to Dominion space, that we're not trying to learn on the fly.
Yeah, I'm assuming we're going to kind of break down into our fire teams again of Micah and Mahau and Barry and Lucette. What, like, I'm assuming Barry's going to be the tech officer for one of them.
It's funny that you ask that because I think when we started, the wing teams were Micah and Zombie and
Yep.
Mahau and Barry.
Yep. I I said it that way because that way we have two good technology people, or the two technology people on separate ships.
Yeah, actually, and
Well,
this
I mean, three of us have good tech. I don't know what Micah's is, but
It's at one.
because we both have two.
I have 3.
because I believe for a while Micah was flying the Corvette and Mai Tai was the gunner.
Yes.
So
Yeah, I think that's what I was
that's
thinking back
that's
on.
why it split up the way it did. But your wing elements used to be Micah and Lucette, and then Barry and Mahau.
Okay, so we could break up to the original pairs or the.
Well, I guess the question would be, who has the higher pilot, Micah or Barry?
I believe I'm at 4.
I've got a 3 pilot.
About Lucette.
Ooh, Lucette's 3.
Okay, so math is not being my strong suit right now. So if you were to have Micah and Mahau together, they would be really, really like they would be your min-maxed team, and then Lucette and Barry would be the okay team.
Team pretty okay.
But that's up to you guys. And then they'll bring some ringers to fly the other ships.
Man, I think we should stay with what we had at the beginning. It was a special circumstance when I was
The gunner.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So, Micah and Lucette in one ship, and Barry and Mai Tai in the other. And that'll offset the disparity in skills. What is Lucette doing?
I think right as we first seized the bridge, she's just like walking up and down the bridge with her hands clasped behind her back, because usually she's not like, she's usually in the lower decks, up on the bridge is not her place. So she's gonna have this nice, Captain Ahab moment where she's pretending she's in command and looking at all the controls and, for just a moment being a little kid about it.
Micah?
I calling Callie because I assume she didn't come with us on the mission.
Yep.
So just checking in with Callie, our new astrogator.
Are there nice rooms?
Not quite as nice as the luxury ship you're on, but they'll do.
Okay, well, I guess we're going to head on over.
Can't wait to see you.
She'll blow a kiss at the screen, and then we'll make a kissing sound.
I hope Marina's watching.
We really over-prepared for this.
All the people on the transport they can spare having transferred over. The other ship breaks away and heads off on another mission. And we will leave you there.
Aboard the Callista Flockhart.
So
Before we end,
yep,
I would definitely communicate everything that's going on to my mom's so that they know what's going on.
Okay. Easily done. So that has been Gold Wings Black Skies. Around the table, we have had Mike.
Hey everyone, I'm Mike, and I was playing Barry Catfish Namazuko, the smarmy space bastard with the devil's own luck. And you can find me on Twitter at Token. That's Tokkan.
John.
Hi, I'm John, and I was playing Mahao Mahai. You can find me on Twitter as Sleepy, Sleypy.
Rob.
Hello, I'm Rob. I was playing Lucette Zombie Forrester, the hard-drinking ex-mercenary. And you can find me on Twitter at BooDay.
And Megan.
Hey everyone, this is Megan. I've been playing Commander Micah Drexler. You can find me on Twitter at QM247 or tweeting for the podcast at TRFpodcast.
And this is Acer. You can find me on Twitter at Acer_Tolentino. Thank you very much for listening. We hope you enjoyed and will join us again soon. Until then, this is TRF signing off.
Bye.
Acer,
Yeah?
before we end the stream, I did finish the mask.
Oh, okay. Put it
I
on.
believe,
Oh,
I
yes.
believe you requested.
So many googly eyes.
So we'll see how this goes over at work.
Nice.
Luckily, I decided not to wear it because I have a doctor's appointment that day, so I'm not sticking them to my face.
All right. So, happy early Halloween, everyone.
Megan, apparently the chat can't hear you.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah,
I messed something up again. All
Oh,
right.
no.
I'll fix it for the for
Oh,
YouTube.
Bernie can hear you now.
Yeah, I know what I did. Sorry.
Did you mute yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Goodbye.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye.
Eh.